What's up, everyone? It's the Grimm Sleeper here once again, ready to put a spell on you with night 8 of our 31 Nights, 31 Frights. Every night in October, I'll be watching a horror or Halloween-themed film and offering a quick, mostly spoiler-free review to see if it's worth adding to your own viewing lineup. Tonight, we're taking on the cult classic Disney flick Hocus Pocus. Just let me get this black flame candle lit here. Don't worry, I promise I'm not a virgin. And we'll get this show on the road. Hocus Pocus came out on July 16th, 1993, just a few months before another classic, The Nightmare Before Christmas. The film was directed by Kenny Ortega, who would go on to direct such hits as High School Musical, High School Musical 2, High School Musical 3. Wait. So Kenny, you can direct 3 High School Musicals, but you can't give us a proper sequel to Hocus Pocus? Come on, man. The film is somehow rated PG, despite the extensive focus on virgins.
One All Hallows Eve when the moon is around, a virgin will summon us from under the ground.
A virgin lit the candle.
When I knew some airhead virgin might light that candle.
I had to wait 300 years for a virgin to light a candle.
Sexual innuendo.
We desire
Children.
Hey, that may take me a couple of tries, but I don't think that'd be a problem. Hop on up.
And boobs.
Of course, I couldn't wear anything like that because I don't have any, what do you call them, Max? Yabos? Max likes her yabos. In fact, he loves them.
It clocks in at an hour and 36 minutes. Once again, we have a team of writers, with David Kirshner getting a story credit, Mick Garris getting both a story and a screenplay credit, and Neil Cuthbert getting just the screenplay credit. The somewhat legendary cast, of course, stars Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy, I hope I said that right, as the Sanderson sisters, Omri Katz as Max, Thora Birch as Danny.
Where are my dragons?
No, not that Danny. Yeah, that's better. And Vanessa Shaw as Allison. The plot is pretty simple. 3 witches want to live forever and will suck the life force from children to do so. After killing Thackeray Binks's little sister and turning Thackeray himself into a black cat, the 3 sisters are caught and sort of hung from a tree, minus the defecating and grotesque struggling that usually accompanies that particular form of execution. And at the end of the first scene, one can only ask themselves, Thackeray? Who the hell names their kid Thackeray? I mean, were they going for Zachary, but they had a lisp? 300 years later, the witch's dying threat to return if a virgin lights their candle comes true, when California native Max lights it in an attempt to press the somewhat witch-obsessed hottie, Allison. Typical Disney antics ensue as Binks, now a cat, helps Max and Allison and Danny escape with the witch's spellbook, setting up the chase that will drive the plot forward. Said plot involves the kids trying to convince their parents that the witches are really back, really for real, which leads to the wonderfully classic scene where Bette Midler belts out her now famous rendition of I Put a Spell on You.
Children alive have all been cursed 'cause of all the witches working. And the worst, I put a spell on you. And now you're mine.
The kids eventually find a way to dispose of the witches, or so they think. But of course, you and I know it's never that simple. For nearly 25 years, Hocus Pocus has been one of the most celebrated Halloween films. Its nostalgic value makes it a challenge to give it a fair critique. But the film is also gleefully self-aware. It's pure camp, and it totally knows it. It revels in it. Midler, Parker, and Najimy throw themselves into their over-the-top roles and manage to make the Sanderson sisters both hilariously incompetent and a force to be reckoned with. Their inevitable moments of acclamation to the 20th century are played just for laughs. The notion that these ancient creatures don't understand what a mask is, of course, a little silly. But the scene where they're all confused as to why they smell children but only see monsters is endearingly funny, and I think probably a little bit expected, even if it doesn't entirely make sense within the story. The girls meeting the devil is another one of those moments. Do they really think that their master, who, according to legends earlier in the film, Winifred has actually met, is an old geezer in an upper middle class two-story? Of course not. That's not at all believable. Indeed, I wonder if the witches would even recognize our more modern, somewhat ridiculous image of the devil as a guy in red with horns and a tail and a pitchfork. Is that how people believe the devil looked all the way back during the Salem witch trials? I'm not sure. Now let's talk about the kids. Max and Danny are siblings, and I have to say their cute love-hate bond is incredibly sweet. They say some genuinely mean things to each other, they embarrass the crap out of each other, but in the end, Max is willing to do the unthinkable to save his little sister. In a movie stuffed with camp, their relationship is one of the few genuine emotional touches, and it works really well. Allison seems to bond quickly with Danny as well.
Where are my dragons?
Okay, seriously, stop that. That's not the right Danny. As I mentioned before, there's a strange preoccupation with virginity in this movie.
Some airhead virgin.
A virgin. A virgin.
A virgin.
Are you a virgin?
Yeah.
Really?
Look, I'll get it tattooed on my forehead, okay?
Now, it's a bit tongue-in-cheek. I mean, you definitely don't walk away feeling like you should have sex to be cool. But Max's virginity is played for laughs every time it's brought up, even though Allison, and clearly Danny, are all virgins. All right, come on. Who's in charge of these clips tonight? Jeez. Oh, wait. Go back. Is this one worth watching? Definitely. It's pure camp and it knows it. Even as an adult, the ridiculous plot holes and eye roll moments are kept minimal. And to the point, you just really don't care because it's so much fun. It's a great family movie, but it's just as entertaining for grown-ups. Gen Xers, like me, will laugh at the now-dated references, Madonna, lols, and will then most likely hit Google to see what the kids look like now. So you know what? Let me save you the trouble, but don't say I didn't warn you. Check them out.
I put a spell on you, and now you're gone. My planet fell on you, and it was strong. So strong. Your wretched little lives have all been cursed 'cause of all the witches working. And the worst I put a spell on you, and now you're mine.
That's it for this episode of 31 Nights, 31 Frights. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to check back tomorrow for another quick look at some spooky cinema. In the meantime, we'd love it if you would hit subscribe and browse around the channel to check out our other offerings here at Grimm's Scary Tales.